Hi, this is Mike and Jeremy, and we are here after the holidays and the new year, Jeremy.
Survived.
Yeah, we survived. And how you feeling about this year coming up? Pretty good.
I could use some sunshine.
I think, regardless of how we feel about this year, it's going to come. It's kind of like Groundhog Day. Winter is still going to be with us for a while, right? And so regardless of what we do here today and talk about the past, our future is before us. Does that make sense? Does that sound good? Okay.
So I read this morning that 76% of those polled, I don't know where they got these people, but that's a pretty good percentage of people think that right now is not a good time to buy a house.
And why is that?
I don't know. That was just the end of the poll.
Do you think that has something to do with the fact that all they hear it on the news is bad news that the Fed is going to raise the rates to try to keep inflation under control? And so they equate that, oh, interest rates are going up, I'm not going to be able to afford a house again, when that's not necessarily the case, is it?
It's not necessarily the case.
Okay, so tell us how uh, the Fed raising rates don't always affect the interest rates on home mortgages.
So the Fed raises rates on the overnight rate, which
Right.
is just for 24 hours, and the mortgages, thankfully, are a 30-year loan. You pay off in 30 years, not you don't have to pay it back the next day.
Yeah.
So that's just a completely different time frame. And so what the Fed raises is just that 24-hour, not the 30-year.
Mm-hmm.
The market will really is what sets that 30-year loan. In fact, if you look at the difference we look at the 2-10 spread, right? The difference between the 2-year and the 10-year, and the
Mm-hmm.
10-year is more related to the 30-year. The 2-year is more related to overnight,
Right.
because short term versus long term. That spread widened to like 0.8% in a deficit, which is recessionary. It shows that it's indicated 6 out of the last 7 recessions, and that's a pretty deep one. That's as deep as it's been since the 70s. That's coming back now. Actually, this morning we're only
Okay.
at 0.66. What that means, I think, is that things are beginning to get better as we see recession start to come down.
Mm-hmm.
We're down at 6.5% CPI now versus 9.9%. I think we're seeing things getting better. My point about that 75% of people, I think people get fearful, but
That's right.
when the masses are fearful, that's the best time to buy. You want to buy when nobody else is buying.
That's actually true, because prices have come down on homes somewhat over the last 9 months, probably, even the last year. And so we're starting to get into the selling season right now. More people are thinking about making a move for whatever reason, downsizing, upsizing, relocating. And so,
Right sizing.
yeah, or right sizing. Yeah, correct sizing. And so, um, yeah, it's a great time to buy right now. So interest rates, like I've said before, marry the house that you like, but date the interest rate, right? Because that will change, and you can always, um, now you can get sellers to maybe do a 2-1 buy down, pay for closing costs and that kind of thing, where in the past that hasn't been, we
Yeah.
haven't been able to do that and
And
ask for those
so I
things.
think if you can lock in today's price, right, as rates come down, you can refinance and lower your housing costs.
Right.
Another study I read this morning said that rents across the country went up another 4.9% this last year. So you can lock in your home price, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't lock in your rent. Your rents are going to go up and up and up and up
That's
forever.
right.
But as you pay down your house, as you take advantage of rates, as you pay off your mortgage, um, you're locking in that house price.
Right. And so it's really important to take a look at the everything that's going on right now, especially if you can own a home. I mean, you can take advantages of the tax advantages that the government puts out there for having a mortgage, right? Versus renting if you're a first time home buyer. I mean, basically all you're doing is making the landlord's more mortgage payment for him. And so
As a
make your
landlord,
own.
you're
Yeah.
grateful for that,
Oh
right?
yeah, I'm grateful for that as a landlord. But yeah, but as a renter, if you can do it, do it. And the best thing to do is to get a hold of me, and I can get you in touch with Jeremy, and he can tell you all the ins and outs of this market,
It's easier than
and
you
the
might
mortgage,
think.
yeah, and the
Right.
mortgage rates and what's happening. But there's more homes on the market now, and so as a buyer, you have more choice, and you can take a little bit more time. You don't have to jump on the first thing you see because it's going to be gone in an hour. That's not happening right now, and so it's a great time to buy right now. So
I agree.
yeah. So the other day, I had a knock at my door.
Really?
Yeah, and I opened the door, and the policeman was standing there. And I says, "Can I help you, sir?" And he says, "Yeah." He says, "We spotted your dog chasing a kid on a bike." You know, wow. I just shut the door and went back inside. My dog doesn't even own a bike. So anyway, that's my dad joke for the day.
It's a good one.
Yeah. So, yeah, give us a call because, having said that about mortgages, homes, finding homes, everything that's going on in the market, at the end of the day, it's night.